Welcome back to Tahoe today. Sitting with me in the studio is Ruth Glass from Lake Tahoe, or from Lake Tahoe School. I was going to say Lake Tahoe Television. You came down here to Lake Tahoe Television.
I did indeed. Good morning.
And I see you at the gym in the mornings when I'm running by to teach a spin class, and you're there working out. So staying in shape and so you can keep your energy throughout a busy day, huh?
If I don't do it in the morning, I don't do it. I always do to say I'll do it in the afternoon, and I don't. And
that's right. Well, we kind of train to play here in Lake Tahoe. There's so many different places to play.
This is true.
Now, Lake Tahoe School, located in Incline Village, a fantastic opportunity for kids to come to enjoy learning. You're staying on the cutting edge with technology. And what are you doing? You just had a fundraiser, and what did that raise money for?
We had a fundraiser to raise money for a number of things within the school, but primarily we raised over $300,000 specifically for a technology initiative we're starting. And this is going to be a 3-year rollout. We will have this coming year, first of all, we want to move everything to a Mac platform so that we don't have PCs and Macs and that sort of competing.
Yeah.
And then we have a number of faculty who will volunteer to use iPads this summer and really figure out how to use them, what programs will work in classes, what won't work. And then we're starting with 2 of our classes next year, which will be one-to-one iPads within the classroom. So
wow, that's fantastic.
So we want to do it right. We want to don't just give everyone iPads and they figure it out. We want to make sure we're doing it right.
Yeah, well, there's so much opportunity, internet-based and where kids can learn these days. And it seems like, I don't know about you, but it seems like my kids are just like programmed to know computers better than I do.
Oh, yes.
They're 4 and 6.
Yes. If you have a problem, what you do is you ask a child and they can tell you.
Right? So this is a great way to keep kids engaged in the learning process. Mm-hmm. It's fantastic. Now, you're saying that your teachers have volunteered this summer. You have some pretty special teachers there. I mean, it just seems like your faculty absolutely loves what they do.
They do. I was drawn to the school as much for that reason as anything else. I've been teaching for a long time.
Yeah.
And this is primarily young, dedicated, experienced faculty who are just passionate about being here, about being in the area, and about their children. I often say they would lie down in front of a truck for a child, and I don't think that's too much of an exaggeration.
Yeah.
So they're always learning and growing and taking them out on outdoor education experiences and on field trips, hands-on, very much.
Yeah, and the reputation Lake Tahoe School has is just such a great community feel to it. I mean, the parents are very connected to, it seems like, what their children are doing. They're very involved, and as we all want to be as parents. What are our kids doing?
Right.
What are some of the ways that you make sure that the parents can stay involved? You draw them in. How do you do that?
Well, we did have our big fundraiser this year, this weekend, and it would not have happened without the volunteer help. I mean, we are a small school. We do not have a large paid staff. And so we count on parent volunteers. And I would say, at least 80% of our parents are on campus at some point during any given week or a couple of weeks.
That's so great.
They drop them off in the morning and we say hello. I meet everyone out in the morning, and then they're in and out of classrooms. They're known as well as their children, so it's nice.
That's fantastic. And it makes such a difference in a child's education, too, knowing mom and dad are interested in what they're doing.
Well, and it helps us. Yeah,
totally.
Exactly.
Totally.
It's good to be in a partnership with parents, and that's something we do a lot of.
Yeah, yeah. Now, you have some spring activities coming up that are unique to Lake Tahoe School.
We do. Our 6th grade leaves actually today on a field trip to Angel Island in near San Francisco. They'll go on a tall ship. They'll be gone 3-4 days. They'll camp. So they've got the outdoor ed piece rolled into the other. We take a middle school trip, all middle schools, 6th, 7th, and 8th, in a couple, 3 weeks. The end of the school year is approaching. And they'll camp, they'll do leadership, they'll do sort of wind-up activities for the year. Last week, the 2nd grade was over in Project Discovery, over on the Galena side, the Reno side.
Awesome.
We have a sketch and hike class after school. We have a lot of after-school activities.
Wow.
And so and we have a Girls on the Run, which is the elementary school girls that are training together to run and have positive self-image.
Oh, that's
lots
so
going
fantastic. On. Yeah, I mean, you can give a child a textbook all day long, but to get them out there and actually hands-on, and it sounds like you're really taking advantage of all Lake Tahoe has to offer. I mean, it's such a classroom outside in and of itself, so that's fantastic.
And one of the things we do, we have something called declamation, and every child throughout the year works on something and ultimately makes a presentation in front of peers and parents, and whether they're memorizing things or writing speeches or figuring out a dramatic presentation. It's starting with our kindergartners.
That's awesome, is it? Taking
an
ownership.
author's tea and then a poetry coffee. Yes.
Fantastic. Well, keep us posted when when that happens. Now, what grades is the school?
We start with pre-K 3, so our 3-year-olds come in a half-day program in the afternoon, 4-year-olds in the morning, and then we go through 8th grade.
Fantastic. Yeah,
It's
and they
nice
really
size.
set the kids up well for high school, and you really, really
Right.
give them the tools that they need to head on into.
You know a lot about it.
Yeah, I do. 2 young kids, and also being from the area. And Ruth, I'm going to tell you, I do know a lot of the parents who have children going and the families that go to Lake Tahoe School, and I can say that the reputation is fantastic. The community feel that you have created there, and the education and staying on top of the technology that you've created is excellent. And
Well,
it
thank
is
you.
something that somewhere everybody can go. So if you're interested in Lake Tahoe
true.
School,
It's true.
do you have a phone number or a website that people can
You're
visit?
website is www.laketahoeschool.org, and the phone number is
It's on the screen.
775-831-5828.
There we go. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
do
much.
great
I love
work.
being here.
All right, we love having you. We'll be back with more Tahoe Today right after this.